Okay, so you hear the term big data thrown around all the time, right? But what does it actually mean for your career? Well, it's about way more than just tech. It's about making yourself essential in the job market of the future. Let's break down exactly why these skills are your new career superpower.
Let's just start with a number, a huge number. 8.5 trillion euros. According to research by Korn Ferry, that's how much global revenue is at risk by 2030. And why? It all comes down to one thing: a massive global shortage of skilled people. And here's the other side of that 8 trillion euro coin. By that same year, 2030, the world is projected to be short more than 85 million professionals who really know how to work with data. I mean, that is just a staggering gap between the jobs that need doing and the people who can actually do them.
And look, this isn't some problem that's decades away. It is hitting businesses right now. 63% of employers are already saying that this data skills gap is a major roadblock for them. They're basically sitting on mountains of valuable information, but they desperately need people who can help them make sense of it all.
So when you put all those numbers together, it's pretty clear this isn't just another business trend. It's a full-blown global skills emergency. And it's touching every single industry you can think of, from manufacturing to healthcare and everything in between. And just in case you think this is some kind of temporary spike, it's not. The World Economic Forum flat out states that jobs for AI and big data specialists are some of the fastest growing on the entire planet. This is a deep, fundamental shift in what the job market looks like.
Okay, so all of this might sound a little bit daunting, right? A global emergency, but here's where we flip the script. Because this massive problem for the world, well, it isn't a threat to you. It's actually your single greatest career opportunity. Let me show you how.
You know, when you master these skills, you get a huge leg up. We're talking about more job security, better pay. I mean, that's what reports from the OECD and McKinsey are showing. And maybe the most important thing, it's like having a shield against automation, which is something that's putting a lot of other jobs at risk.
This really paints the picture perfectly. You can see the two paths. Before, you might be in a routine role, the kind that's honestly at high risk of being automated away. But after you gain these skills, you jump to a high-value role where you're not just performing a task, you're helping to make critical business decisions. You become essential.
All right, so the benefits are pretty obvious. But what does building your data toolkit actually mean? What skills are we really talking about? Let's break this down from a vague idea into stuff you can actually go out and learn.
So the term big data, it sounds intimidating, doesn't it? But at its core, it's pretty simple. It just means data sets that are so big, or moving so fast, or are so complex that you can't just open them up in a regular spreadsheet. You need special tools and a different way of thinking to work with them.
And that brings us to a really key distinction. Knowing your way around Excel is a fantastic skill, for sure. But big data skills are really the next level up. We're talking about things like writing code in languages like Python, using cloud services, understanding how to structure data, and really importantly, knowing how to handle all this information ethically.
So where do you even begin with all this? Well, the general consensus is to start with Python. And the reason is simple. It has this amazing library of tools specifically for data. And honestly, the learning curve is just a lot more manageable for beginners than other languages. It's the perfect way in.
Now, as you go deeper, you're going to hear jargon like machine learning and model training. Don't let it scare you. I absolutely love this analogy here. Thinking of it like cooking just makes so much sense. The raw data is just your ingredients, and your job is to clean them up and fine-tune the recipe until you've made something perfect for the people you're serving.
Okay, so you're building all these amazing new skills. That's awesome. But now, for the next part, how do you get the job? Because learning this stuff is only half the battle. You have to be able to prove to an employer that you can bring them real value.
So here it is, a super simple 3-step plan. First, build a portfolio of projects that tell interesting stories with data. Second, get your code up on a site like GitHub. It's basically the industry standard for showing what you can do. And third, practice explaining your work using a method like STAR or SOL, which just helps you clearly lay out the situation, the task, the action you took, and the result.
Oh, this is such a golden piece of advice. You can make the most beautiful chart in the world, but if nobody knows what to do with it, it's useless. Your job at the end of the day is to answer the so what question. You have to connect the dots from the data to a real-world decision that someone can make. That's where the magic happens.
And now, a little reality check. You can have the best skills in the world, but get this, a huge chunk of jobs never even get posted publicly. A staggering 70% of data jobs are filled through networks, through people knowing people. This means that building relationships is just as important as building your code.
Okay, I know this can all sound like a lot, like a mountain to climb, but you don't have to do it all at once. Let's just focus on one small thing, your very first step that you can take today, right now even.
Here are a few little habits to get into. Start small with simple data files to build your confidence. Find a boring task you do all the time and try to automate it. Go join an online group and actually participate. And just keep a little log of what you're learning. Trust me, you'll be so glad you did when it's time for an interview.
And if you want a concrete place to go right now, start exploring. The EU Digital Skills and Jobs platform has some fantastic free resources. If you want something more structured, check out the Big Data courses on Coursera. Honestly, the point isn't what you pick, the point is just to start.
So, we'll leave you with this line, which really captures the moment we're in. The talent countdown has commenced. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? The world is changing fast, the demand is here, and the clock is officially ticking.
The only real question left is, are you